You want her body, and you want the closeness. You want the comfort of being wanted, or the thrill of connection, or the intimacy that feels like it could just erase all the loneliness that you've been carrying this long. But there's something you may not have asked yourself yet, and that is, well, maybe you haven't asked yourself honestly or deeply enough yet. But this is the question: does she feel safe with you? Not just safe because you haven't hurt her, not just safe because you're one of the good guys, but safe because your very presence, like before you speak, before you even touch her, tells her something unmistakable. And that is, here I am seen, here I am respected, here I am free. See, most men are taught to pursue, to chase, to prove themselves worthy by conquest, by admiration, by attention, by access. And we're taught to measure our worth by how many women want us, or at least how many don't reject us. But what we're almost never taught, at least not in the movies or in the locker rooms or even by most of our fathers, is how to build something that is even more rare. A space where a woman feels safe enough to be her full and unguarded self. So here's the truth. You don't get to touch her body until she trusts you with her safety. You don't deserve to be close until she knows deep in her bones that she can be herself without fear, without having to calculate or manage or brace herself. And if you've never asked whether you've actually earned that, if you've never actually made her feel safe, then everything you think that you want will continue to stay out of reach. It's not because she's heartless, it's not because women are confusing, but because her body knows something that her mind maybe hasn't been able to put into words yet. And that is that this is not safe. And her body, her heart, her soul, will continue to protect her whether she realizes it or not. So we need to talk about trust. Real trust, I mean. Not the I told her I'm trustworthy kind of trust, but the kind of trust that's felt without any explanation. See, trust is not built by talking about yourself. It's not built by telling her you're different. It's not built by buying dinner or holding doors or following some script that you read online. No, trust is built in 1,000 invisible moments. It's how you react when she disagrees with you, for example, or whether you listen when there's no prize waiting at the end of it all, or it's how you handle a boundary that inconveniences you, or whether your attention lingers too long or demands too much. It's also seeing whether your presence feels like a gift or a transaction. See, trust is built not when you demand it. It's built when you consistently and quietly embody it. Safety is invisible, but she feels it everywhere. It's there when she looks into your eyes and sees calm and not calculation. It's there when she says no and you respond not with frustration, not with manipulation, but with acceptance. It's there when she hesitates and you don't rush in to fill the silence, but leave her space to decide, space to feel, space just to be. See, without safety, your touch will feel invasive, even if she says yes. See, without safety, your words will sound hollow, and even if they're poetic. Without safety, your presence will feel threatening, even if you've never laid a hand on her. A woman's body does not relax in the presence of pressure. It doesn't open up in the presence of force either. It doesn't bloom in the presence of entitlement. It softens, it invites in the presence of trust. And trust is only built one way. That's by embodying safety. Again and again, without applause, without expectation, without any performance. So you want her body. We've established that. But have you earned her trust? Have you earned her heart? You want closeness with her, but have you made her feel safe enough to offer it, like freely or joyfully or without fear? See, real intimacy cannot be coerced. It cannot be negotiated. It cannot be bought with flowers or nice words or good behavior when you think she's watching. It's instead built moment by moment, gesture by gesture, boundary that's honored by boundary that's honored. I mean, think about it. When was the last time that you paid attention not just to her words, but also to her body language? Did she lean in or did she lean away? Did her shoulders relax or did they tense up? Did her eyes, did they soften or dart towards the exit? See, the body keeps score. Her body knows when it's safe and also knows when it's free to open and when it's being cornered. And here's the kicker. No matter how nice you are, if she doesn't feel safe, her heart and her body will stay guarded. Safety is not about saying the right things. It's more so about being the kind of man who doesn't need to be told how to treat someone with dignity. It's about becoming the kind of man who welcomes her no as a complete sentence without pestering for explanations. It's the kind that sees her autonomy as sacred and honors her boundaries even when no one's watching. Because true safety is felt in the way you make her feel like she can say no and still be loved, still be seen, still be safe. And real attraction, the kind that leads to lasting intimacy, it's not about tactics or tricks. It's about creating this environment where she feels free to choose you, not obligated to choose you. It's about the patience and the integrity. It's about becoming a man who is safe because he is whole, not because he's performing like some figment of wholeness for a reward that he's aiming for. See, when a woman feels safe, then she can relax and she can breathe and she can feel her own heart without fear of judgment or punishment. And that's when intimacy truly begins, because intimacy is not built on performance. It's built on presence, on patience, on proof. The quiet, like consistent kind of proof that you're safe and not just safe seeming. So many men rush toward touch, toward closeness, toward physical confirmation that they matter, right? But you can't shortcut trust. You can't perform your way into someone's heart. You can't strategize your way into someone's vulnerability. No, you have to build a bridge strong enough and steady enough, like safe enough, that she would want to walk across it and meet you. Not because she's been convinced or pressured, but because she actually trusts that bridge, because she actually trusts you. So let me ask you, are you patient enough to be trusted? Are you secure enough to handle her no without resentment? Are you kind enough to respect her body even when it's not offered to you? Because the truth is this. If you can't respect her no, then you don't deserve her yes. If you can't offer safety, you don't deserve intimacy with her. If you want her body, if you want her closeness, if you want her trust, you have to build safety first. Safety is not optional. It's the foundation. And without it, no connection can survive. Without it, love becomes a negotiation. Without this, touch becomes this transactional piece. But with it, love becomes an invitation, and touch becomes this gift, and intimacy becomes this shared language, not a stolen treasure. But here's the real secret. Safety is sexy. Integrity is magnetic. Kindness, like not the performative kindness, but the true, steady backbone of a steel kindness is attractive in a way no six-pack or flashy car could ever replicate. Because safety says, I see you, I respect you, and you are free with me. And that freedom, that safety, is what allows real love to grow. So you want her body, and you want her closeness, and you want her trust. But have you earned it? Not, not with gifts, not with words, not with favors, but with presence and with patience and with proof. So the real question isn't, how do I get her to want me, right? No, the real question is, how do I become the kind of man who makes her feel safe enough to want freely? You want her body, yes. But if you've never made her feel safe, if you've never built this foundation of that trust requires, if you've never actually slowed down long enough to let her choose, then what you're chasing is not intimacy. It's possession. It's performance. And that's not what love, well, not real love, is built on. So instead, start here. Before you before you reach for her body, reach for her heart. Before you demand closeness, build trust. Before you seek intimacy, offer safety first. Moment by moment, word by word, boundary honored by boundary honored. Because when she feels safe, like really safe, she won't need to be convinced. She will open up. Not because she was conquered, but because she was seen, because she was respected, because she was free to choose. And she chose you. And there's no deeper intimacy than that. That is a pretty sweet feeling.